Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching JVG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm going to be covering the National Cinema Day and telling you the pros, the cons, was it a success, was it a failure? I'm going to be telling you all that type of stuff, and whether I think it will become an annual thing or not every year. So yeah, I'm going to give you all that info in this video, as well as just like the breakdown of the weekend of the box office this weekend, since it was the one that was affected by National Cinema Day. So yeah, let's get started. So, in case you weren't familiar with what National Cinema Day was, well, it was $3 movie tickets on September 3rd, which was this past Saturday, on over 2,000 theaters, from the biggest theater chains, including AMC and Regal. So yeah, almost every huge theater was participating. So if you really live near a theater, chances are that your theater was participating in this $3 movie tickets. Beyond that, also concessions were on discount. I think like there was a $5 combo for a beverage and a popcorn for AMC, and every other thing had their own discount for concessions. So yeah, that's really cool. It was really cheap to go to the theater this past Saturday, like really cheap tickets. $3 tickets is like 1/4 of the actual ticket movie price. So that's really awesome. Now, was this a hit? Well, it looks like it was. First of all, let's start off with just covering the box office this past weekend. A number one spot was Top Gun Maverick, which took first place and got a 29% boost from the previous weekend, which is really amazing, especially since it's on its 15th weekend. The movie opened all the way back at Memorial Day, and we're over here at Labor Day, all the way back in May, and we're in September. That's crazy. On its 15th weekend, it went up 29% thanks to the National Cinema Day boost that it gave it, earning $6 million on its 3-day weekend and $7.9 million for the 4-day weekend, including Labor Day, for a total of $701.2 million domestically, beating Black Panther for the number 5th spot on all-time domestic. That is insane. It's only behind Avatar, Star Wars Awakens, Endgame, and Spider-Man: Way Home. Those are the 4 movies that's behind, but this movie is like right there. That's insane. Nobody expected that movie to get that high up, and that's really amazing for Tom Cruise. And the National Cinema Day was a huge part of this huge boost that he gave it, so yeah, it's really awesome. For second place, we had a Bullet Train, which went up 30% from last weekend on its 3rd weekend, earning $5.8 million. So for it to just go up on its 3rd weekend, it's really nice for this movie, so that's really awesome. So it earned $5.8 million on its 3-day weekend and $7.5 on its 4-day weekend, for a domestic total of $88 million right now. And the film now has a chance to reach over $100 million domestically, thanks to the weekend that National Cinema Day provided, and thanks to the little small boost that it provided it without letting it drop. So that's really awesome for this movie, and we'll see if it can reach $100 million. If it can, then that'll be a really nice win for Sony. Just in general, if it can't, then that'll be really sad, but it'll just be shy for me. It'll be like 95 or something like that. So that's really awesome. Now, for 3rd place, we got Spider-Man: No Way Home, the re-release, with 11 minutes of extra footage. And this movie was originally slated to be number 1, according to predictions, but it actually went down to number 3 because the other 2 movies overperformed, so that's really awesome for their movies. However, this movie only made $5.4 million on its 3-day weekend and $6.5 million on its 4-day weekend. So it seems like it was an okay success, I guess. It really wasn't anything huge for the movie. Whatever for the movie, I guess. Great for Sony, at least they're making a little bit more money, but I don't know if it was fully worth it. And I think the scenes themselves, they weren't nothing like you must watch theaters. If it was like Tobey Maguire versus the Green Goblin, the deleted scene, then I think that would have been a huge boost in tickets and everything. But just because nothing that was added was really that important, I guess it just didn't translate to the box office, as you can see. However, thanks to the National Cinema Day, it still got a pretty nice boost from it. Now, moving on to other box office boosts, and this included Thor: Love and Thunder by 1%, so that's really nice, even though it's really long gone. It still went up by 1%, and it will be on Disney Plus this Thursday, so we're literally like right there, so it's fine. I think it got its final last boost before it's out of theaters. Then DC League of Superpets got a boost, earning 22% more than the last weekend, so that's really nice for DC League of Superpets. In fact, it was number 4th right after Spider-Man: No Way Home, so that's really nice for DC League of Superpets. It really gave it a nice boost. And Minions vs. Gru got the biggest increase with a 29%, which is really amazing. 29% from last weekend. That's super awesome, especially since the movie is also like kind of old. It came out in July. So yeah, that's really awesome for me. Like, wow, really impressive for Minions vs. Gru. So as you can see, this National Cinema Day it was very family driven, as you can see by the movies that got a huge boost. Thor: Love and Thunder, DC League of Superpets, Minions vs. Gru, Top Gun Maverick. All these movies that got a huge boost were very family driven, so that's really interesting that National Cinema Day really helps out families who perhaps are like larger, they have much more kids. Initially it's a lot more expensive to go to theaters. Well, this time it was a really nice spot to be able to go to theaters with a bunch of family members for the price of basically 1 or 2 members. That's really awesome. So yeah, this is a really nice resource for families to have, to just be able to go to theaters at least once a year. That's really nice. So yeah, I really like that really helped out families. Now, did have its cons though. Many theaters had very disruptive screenings, and a bunch of people were just being super loud, being on their phones, throwing popcorn all over the place. In fact, some places had to close down due to the fact that it was very disruptive. So I think just because of cheaper price, people really could care less about what happens in the movie. Whereas whenever you pay like a like $10 or $20 or $15 for your movie experience, then you become a lot more conscious of it, and you're like, okay, I can't just mess around. So yeah, it's very interesting to see how the prices affected the behavior of the audiences. However, in other places, it was just a great time. It was really chill and everything. It seemed like it got more restrictive the later on it went. So I think that they might do to fix this is that they might take off the discounts on afternoon, and they might just leave it for like in the morning, or like anything before like 5. I think that could be really nice if they really want to fix this problem. So we'll see. So we'll see if they end up doing anything about it. Maybe they have more security or something. We'll find out. But it's very interesting that this did have some sort of repercussions on the behavior of the audiences. So yeah, it's really cool. Now I do fully expect this to become an annual thing. In fact, even Eric Davis himself, the CEO, leader of Fandango, said himself that he does fully expect that this becomes an annual thing. Why? Well, it brought in 8.1 million moviegoers, which is a lot of moviegoers for one day, and in fact, it's the record so far for any day in 2022. So any day in this year, this is the day that's gotten the most people going back to the movies. So that's really, really interesting, super awesome for moviegoers in cinemas. This was clearly a huge hit for them. They gambled and they actually went with this, so that's really, really awesome. So yeah, for this why it's becoming an annual thing. I don't think any other movie is going to open at this weekend anymore. Like last year, Shang-Chi opened this weekend. That's not going to happen anymore because now we're going to have this, and that's really going to affect ticket sales. However, I think they might open a movie before this weekend, so that way the second weekend can really benefit from the boost and actual cinema that gives it. So yeah, that's really interesting, and I'm really interested to see how it kind of shapes new release dates for new movies and how it changes the new strategy. So yeah, it's really awesome. So yeah, for this National Cinema Day to become an annual thing due to the fact that it was a massive success with minor cons, but I think that they could be fixed with a couple more thought through it, and this I think was very last minute. So I think now it'll be a lot better and a lot smoother next year. So yeah, that's really awesome. So tell me what you thought right down in the comments. Did you have a good movie experience if you won National Cinema Day? I'm very curious. Did you go in the first place? And if you did it, what movie did you see? As well as did you have a good movie going experience? And was it cheap? I'm very curious, like was the concessions cheap and everything? I'm very curious about that down in the comments. As well as tell me if you want it to become an annual thing down in the comments, and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It would be very helpful. So please leave a like and subscribe for more content and covering box office, movies, and shows and all that type of stuff. Subscribe for all that content. And yeah, bye bye for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. And this is J Entertainment out.